I was targeted in my late teens. So I had a Pakistani Muslim boyfriend, becoming a very controlling, obsessive, religiously charged relationship, and then been taken to different houses, different flats above takeaways around the area, Rotherham, Sheffield, Bradford, to be beaten, strangled, suffocated, tortured, almost drowned to death, suffocated to death, because people need to hear it from survivors that these are racially and religiously aggravated crimes. When I was being beaten, I was being called a white slag, a white whore, a white cunt. Over and over again, the references to my whiteness was always at the forefront of my perpetrator's mind, and that was always linked in with religion and his idea of what a good Muslim was and a bad non-Muslim was. The minds of these grooming gangs, if you're not covered down to your ankles, down to your wrists, then you're asking to be.
There you go. Is it possible to be racist towards white people? Absolutely. Racism is racism. You know, it's not brownism, it's not blackism. It is racism.
Planned an honour killing. He persuaded some of his friends to join in with, and I survived an attempted honour killing. I was in hospital for over a week. At that point, the police told my parents to move me away and change my name.
Yeah, so even though she ended up in hospital after an attempted honour killing, which is just the most horrific concept ever, the police's response was move town and change your name. So this is on you.
Did you approach the police? Or...
Yeah. I went to the police 5 times. At
Okay,
least 5
and what
times,
happened?
5 or 6. They just said there's nothing we can do about it.
What?
There's nothing we can do about it. Those are their exact words.
Were you explicit in what you
Yeah,
told them? So
yeah,
you said,
really,
I'm being
really,
by this guy.
I described really horrific things, and they just said there's nothing we can do about it.
So what's really got me thinking about this is lots of people talk about institutional racism and the corruption of the police in the UK. The thing about it is, the people talking about that on the left actually put it in favor of that black people and people of color are unfairly treated by the police. We have white girls being affected on an industrial scale, and their response is there's nothing we can do about it. So really, where is the institutional racism happening? This is undeniably racist against white people in favor of protecting these animals, these men, and we would rather defend diversity at the expense of innocent girls.
The numbers now estimated over the last 40 years, possibly 500,000 victims.
500,000?
500,000 victims over the last 40 years.
Yeah, 500,000. So if that's true, what has happened in this country? This has been one of the biggest scandals in this country, in this century. In the West, a lot of people just ungratefully assume that our way of life and what we deem good and evil is the default, and it's just common sense. But in fact, that's not true at all.